and welcome to another episode of Prototech Pursuit. In the last episode, we managed to find ourselves an iron vein, which I am very greedily gathering up right now, as we need resources. However, we have a good amount of iron now, but we are still lacking many resources, and it's starting to actually get a little bit much. Where's my exit again? Help, help, I've lost my way. Wait, where the hell? Oh, there it is. Wait. Oh, God, I got turned around in my own tunnel. Out we go! Fly on down here and dock our butt up. Yeah, park. Alright, so while those resources get pumped into the refinery, like, you can saw down there that I was actually going after a bit of the stone as well, because we are so low, like so low on some critical resources that we just simply cannot get right now. We have to get them through stone. We take a look here and we look at our ingots. For iron, we're laughing. We have got like 67,000 here. We've got what, another, so there's like 75 there after I take the ones out of the basic refinery. And we've got another 7 here. So we're almost up at like 82,000 iron. That's not much in the grand scheme of Space Engineers for building a large grid, but it's more than enough for now for me. I don't really need much more iron. But if you take a look at this and I pull out the nickel, I have 450 nickel. And that's it. Like, that's all the nickel I have. And if we look at that, a motor takes 1.67. Like, there's all this stuff. Power cells take 0.67. Like, grids take 1.67. Which, God forbid, tried to make some medical components with 23.3. But thankfully, we don't even have the silver for that yet. Like, I do not have the nickel to make anything right now. So I'm contemplating what to do next. I have, I think, a couple choices. One, I do know where nickel is located. It is 24 kilometers that way, but unfortunately, that is back on the other side of this chasm. So I have to go back over the Bridge of Death, and then I have to spend that entire time driving back to the nickel. I want to see if there is something nearby that can give me the resources I need. Because I just need to find, hopefully nearby, a nickel spot, and then maybe a silicon spot. Because, well, I'm not that bad on silicon. I've got like 1.9, almost 2. We're still starting to get to the point where it's like, I could use a bit of silicon too. Cobalt's the best I can do for now. So what I'm thinking is I either drive all the way back to the resources I know of, or I go scouting the nearby areas. Because if we just look around here in spectator cam, the resources are supposed to be in geological features. So heights of land, this is like a peninsula. This is like a special, like, well, really cool geographical feature. That's where resources are. So what I'm thinking is we create a little plane, because we do have the wings, and we fly this plane, just like we did in Season 3. We get a little scout plane, and we fly this plane around using remote control, and we leave it at a resource patch that we find, and then that can serve as a sort of both a route finder, sort of how I can drive there, as well as I can see what these things are, and I can mark them up, and so I know which way to go. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a little plane, and we're going to go and scout. I could, theoretically, take the mining ship. But I think having a large ship that is using thrust for its like to keep it up in the air is probably too power intensive for the limited power I do have, because I need to process these resources. I am like out of ice and so I need to be able to keep my base or my little trailer here running in the meantime. So let's get to work. Let's build ourselves a little bit of a scout plane. So we want to keep this thing as simple and easy as possible. So what I'm thinking is it's literally just going to be a flying battery. Like, nothing more simple than that. We're just going to have like a battery or two, and then we're just going to grab wings and put the wings on the batteries. Just like so. So we'll give it like a good, say, 3x1. And like that. And we'll maybe give it 2 lengths of wing here. You gotta get the wing fill, wherever the hell it is. There it is. So we can fill in the tip there, and then we can place our second wing out. I think that'll be nice and long of a plane wing. How would this be if we had a second battery? Yeah. Fitting in there with 1 block remaining. Nah, should be good enough. Let's get this filled out here and see what this looks like. Very good, very good. And then I think for the back end, I'm just going to grab the normal full-sized wing like this, and we can just put a rounded edge on the back wing. Like so. Oh, perfect. It fits 2 batteries. Just wonderful. What else we're going to need? We're going to need the wing tips as well. Excellent. So then on our 2 batteries here, all we should need for control will be an antenna. And we can slap that down onto, make a little nose cone up here. We have an antenna. We'll have a remote control. And some gyro power, which we can always over gyro this and then take it back down afterwards. But I think just a single gyro would work. You know, it's just a small plane. And then some wheels, which we do have the plane wheels, which are awesome. And we can just go for the itsy bitsy ones. Ah, these little guys. And just put them on the body, I guess. Maybe just 1 off of the remote control. And then like 1 off of each bit of the wing here. And that should give it enough of a spot to land on. Wide enough that it won't tip over. And then for thrust, all we need is just like a pair of thrusters pointing backwards. That should be it. We could actually use some of these flat thrusters too, if we wanted to. We can actually hang them off the wing. But or just put them on the back like this. I mean, we could just pepper the back of them right here. Cover that with flat thrusters and easy peasy. But I think we'll just go an atmospheric sci-fi and put 1 on each side right here off of this battery. 1 there, 1 there. And that should be enough for us to control our flight. After that, just some simple sloping armor and armor blocks. And I think going back this way, because I want to sneak in a little bit of a tail there. And we just got to find a nice small piece to use as a tail. Or this would be perfect. Covers that one battery there, as well as gives us a little bit of a tail. I think just that would be wonderful. And then just need that wing tip again in order to give the top of this a nicely curved, nice curved layout. And realistically, that's all this plane needs to be. Oh, besides a camera, of course, I need to be able to see where the hell I'm going. Oh, that would be a very useful aspect of flying, is being able to see. And then I need my... Oh god, I can hardly see it in the sunlight. The little dot needs to be in the bottom left. There we go. And then an actual ore detector in order to determine if I have found the resources I desire. And that's it. Alright, let's get this thing built up. Okay. I think this thing is relatively set up. So we can go into remote access. We can go into the terminal for this grid. Okay, gyroscope is incomplete. Landing gear, that doesn't matter. And we have one more thruster to complete. Get that built up. And this built up. And put in one last block here to cover up the gyro for safety. And this little scout plane looks to be ready to fly. And so we're going to jump into our seat here. We're going to grab the antenna, and we're going to make sure that this is properly pushed to its maximum range so I can fly this thing for a good duration. We're going to remote access into this grid. Holy jeez. Okay. This thing's got a lot of thrust. We want to make sure that we've got our camera in view. We're going to put our thrusters into a group so that we can properly do some overriding. I want to thrust override lower and thrust override increase. So that way we can properly do that. And we're also wanting to be able to turn the thrusters off for when we're just here on the ground, which are, man, our wheels are too strong. Power, prior to propulsion. Oh god, no. Just 10%. Even that is just too much. I believe these two are the back ones. Let's take away their propulsion. So it's just the front one for propulsion. We're on the ground. Let's look through the camera here. Yeah, that's enough just to taxi. That's all we need. It's just to be able to lightly taxi around. Let's go back to that one wheel. Let's give propulsion 50 on that one wheel. Yeah, there we go. That's all we need. Just to taxi around. Because when we're set up to fly, this thing should be able to, like those, like those first-person drones, like those speed drones, if you've ever seen them, they just, like, tilt up off of their platform and then just go, and they just take off like crazy. What we should be able to do, I'm still in control of that grid over there, is I should just be able to tilt back like this, turn my thrusters on, and just blast off. Ah, yeah, baby! And we're flying. Woo! Alright. Oh, and another thing I need to put on the bar here is gyro lock. So once I'm up and flying, gyro lock it, and then it should hold this attitude. And now I can finesse the thrusters slightly. Just do a couple percentage. Throw it down 20%. We're holding at 40 meters a second. Alright, and while that is doing that, I'm actually going to rearrange the toolbar here. I want the override there. We'll have my 3 and 4 be increase, decrease, and my off be that. So I can have a little bit easier access to my gyro controls. Okay, so before this thing gets out of range, I'm going to make sure I up my broadcast radius. I do have 1 hour on this batteries. So we may need to get back and charge these at some point, but I have 1 hour and 29 minutes of flight time. So my goal right now, if we can find this little drone as it's flying, because, oh, this is cool, is... and caught it! I caught it with the spectator follow camera. The goal of this drone is we're going to fly off and park at one of these heights of land. So, let's see. There's a height of land to our left here. So let us go back into the drone. We're going to turn off our gyro, make a left-hand turn, and we're going to go check this height of land over here to look for resources. Oh, I think there might be ores here. I'm not sure. That patterns doesn't feel like ores to me. But again, I may be mistaken. That is ores, I feel. That feels like ores. That doesn't over there. That is definitely ores. Okay. We need to reset. We need to turn off our thrusters, take control of this ship, and we need to bring it down. We do not have any brakes. This may be something I should install with some air brakes. So we just gotta come down and then flare to kill our speed, and then bring our altitude down. Magnesium! Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, that's magnesium. Oh, okay. Okay, we need to land. Just hold up our pitch here, give it a tiny bit of gas, and plop. Okay. Park. GPS. New from current position. Or magnesium. Yeah. Oh, that is so good. That is exactly what we need. So, if we get out of that thing completely, where is it? Magnesium is 12.65 kilometers ahead of us. And that is, unfortunately, on the other side of this ravine, so I'd probably have to go over the Bridge of Death again. Excellent. All right, but I can continue flying the Scout because I see there's some resource. Maybe there's another hilltop over there. If we're going to head back across and head that direction, I want to scout further and see if there's any more stuff out there that I can get access to. So we're going to back into remote access, control that grid. Let's get back into it and take off again. Tilt ourselves back and thrust. Lift off. Because, yeah, ooh, look at that mountaintop over there. Yeah, I totally want to check that mountaintop out. So I am off to the right side, back in that direction. And actually, what is this over on the left here? Is this some more geological features? Let's get some altitude here. Give it a bit more thrust so I can, some climbing done. Some kind of canyon thing? Because there's definitely that hill. We're definitely going to go check that out. But I wonder if he'd put resources in this kind of area. Also, I am going to start to lose my speed as I'm pitching up way too high for this low thrust. So, level it back out again. Oh, let's keep flying. I'm also looking for like a stream or a lake or something nearby one of these places, because then I would be able to go there to recharge. Have a pretty good charge level now, but if I get way out here in the mountains and I run out of power, it's going to be a real troublesome thing for me to go and get some ice or something and bring it back, or sit around long enough with everything off that my solar panels can get me enough juice to just limp back to a water source. So finding resources is going to be great, but finding a river or a lake would actually be the biggest possible thing I could find right now, because it would give me something I could springboard off of, you know what I mean? And I'm not seeing any other resources in these mountains. There's probably something out here, I just haven't spotted it yet, because we're only doing one pass. But all of this terrain looks absolutely horrible to drive through. It's just so undulating, it's got so many cliffs to it. It looks horrible. I think it is time to turn this baby around. Start heading back towards my rover, which should be back there, near that unknown signal. Which will also give me an opportunity to scout that beacon. Which I believe that beacon was a, not a enemy base, but a economics building. But because I'm having to declare war on everybody, even the economic buildings are going to hate me, which sucks. I won't be able to buy stuff. That's okay. I will survive. You know, looking at this stuff, this kind of feels like dried out water here. Like these cliff formations. I'm going to follow this. I think it might lead me to some water. I think that is water over there. I think that is very much water. Okay. Let's re-angle ourselves. Lock in our gyro there. Okay, yes, we got a little canyon here. A canyon with water. And where are we? We're 5.5-ish. Maybe once we get to the water, we're 5 away from the magnesium. We're a ways away still from us. We're 15 kilometers away, but this could be our next spot where we drive the whole rover. We set up shop here, and then I take mining runs to the local resources because I could totally drive down this and drive down here to get access to the water. Obviously not off of these cliffs, but if I manage to get into this canyon from a decent location, I could totally get to the water's edge there. Hell yeah. Oh, I can definitely get down there. Ah, it's a little iffy. There's a nice bit of beach right there. Nice bit of beach right there, and it looks like a nice canyon going out of there. Oh, definitely. All right. Oh, I'm liking that. But like right there, a little bit of a canyon lip. Come down here, come here, beach. I can just back the trailer into the water a little bit, put down a little bit of a collector. Boom. Getting ice and getting power. No issues at all. Ah, there might be a bit of a lip there, though. We'll see when we fly closer to it. Hopefully when we get a bit closer, we can take a little bit of a dive here. We'll see the voxel load in. We can see how bad that is for driving. Because obviously these cliffs are not drivable at all. But I think that one could be done. Maybe with just a little bit of modification. Drill it out a little bit. We could probably do it. Because that's not too tall. Yeah, that's not too tall. We could do that. And let us turn the override off for a second. I want to get some altitude real quick. We'll just thrust straight upwards. Get as high as we can. Because I want to take a quick peek around here from a higher altitude. I feel like there could be resources in this area. I feel like it could be. Alright, so before we head back, we're just going to zip on into the canyon here and take a GPS at the beach, just so that we know where to go when we get back here to get some water. So should be able to just come on down the canyon and very easily coast in for a landing. And we'll just give it a little bit more of a push because we want to land on the beach area. Pull up. Plop. And just quick GPS from current position. This would be water access. Excellent. All right, tip ourselves back into position. Ready for launch, and launch. Nice quick stop up there. And now we can just head on back to our rover, which is off to our left. All right. And there we go. Set our override. And we can coast on back to our rover. And, actually, do I want to go back to the rover is a very good question. I think what I might do is I might leave this back here at the water access. Or, I know where I'll leave this. I'll leave this at the entrance to where I thought I could drive down. Which was one of the canyons over here. I'll park it up and I'll leave it there so that I can use its antenna as a route to guide myself to where this water access could be. So we shall turn off our thrusters and we'll coast on in. Kill some speed here with a little turn at the end. Give a little bit of thrust to gentle, to like pull my nice gentle landing. Park it up, dampeners off, and our batteries have an hour and 47 minutes of power. However, we don't need to put a 50,000 meter antenna on here. We can drop this down to, say, a 20. We still have access. Cuts our power use down. And turn off our wheels because they're all nicely parked. 2 watts isn't really much. See, now we got 4 hours sitting here. So our little our little scout plane has done its job. It's found ourselves what could function to be an access down to the water. Probably the best one we're going to find for a while. We'll just have to either build ourselves a little ramp or dig this out somehow. And let's go get our stuff here and we'll start driving over there. As we've got all the resources from here that we need. We can detach. That guy is off in terms of its thrusters. We could undo our parking and we can start driving this whole kit and caboodle back towards the Bridge of Death, because that is what we're going to have to go over in order to get over there. Okay. Oh, come on. Stop us up. Bridge of Death. Here we go. Can we brake, please? Thank you. Jeez. Just wanted to stop first before I got onto this damn bridge. And... oh, again, we're sliding on it. Oh, this bridge is going to kill me one day. I'm 100% sure this bridge will kill me someday. That's okay. We're just going to go for it. This bridge scares me. It always scares me. And now I'm going the other direction. Have I straightened out? Have I actually straightened out a bit? Oh, can I actually just drive across the bridge normally now? Without constantly having to adjust? Woohoo! This is great. You can see my shadow on the far wall over there. Oh, this bridge is stressful. I do not like a bridge just like this. Oh, come on. Oh, uneventful, but fortunately uneventful. We got across the bridge. Oh, baby. That's good. All right, let's get the wheels in the back activated as well. We have got magnesium and a... wait, a stronghold? Wait a second. Did a stronghold spawn on top of my magnesium? Really? Really? You bastard! Oh, Space Pirate Stronghold is on top of my magnesium. Oh, god damn it. Fuck. Okay. We're gonna have to deal with that somehow. This might be a time to test how close I can actually get to these grids without pissing them off. Because I am going to need the magnesium in order to do some combat. Like, if I get my magnesium, I can actually build some combat ships, and we can actually start doing some stuff. But I don't think I have enough to take out a stronghold yet. But that is a couple kilometers from the magnesium. And the magnesium is a very large field of it. So I wonder, how am I doing with my battery? 68%? I wonder if I have enough for now. We don't worry about water access. We do that later. We go hard left here. We drive around the left side of the magnesium. And I try to sneak as much magnesium as I can from underneath their noses. And then we head to the water to get refueled. Because by that time, we'll probably be out of battery. I think that's my strategy. All right. Well, we're going off. And in the next episode, we're going to have to try to steal some magnesium from underneath the noses of the space pirates. But that'll be in the future. Thanks for watching. Good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.